Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Come on in. My name is Dawn, and this is Decor by Dawn. So I am going to be using this 24-inch Evergreen wreath frame. I've bent it so that it's in a little bit of an oval shape. It gives you a little more real estate to work with. Let me give you a real quick rundown of what I'm going to be making. So because it is a summer theme, I'm going to be doing a watermelon themed wreath. We're going to use this sign here. And then I've got a whole mess of stuff here that seems to be stuck to each other right now. I have a whole bucket of greenery and flowers. I have my mesh and my ribbons here. Good morning, good morning. Good morning from Washington. And then we've got all of our flowers and greenery that we're going to use. So all of that's ready to go. So I have got several pieces of mesh here. These are kind of leftovers, so I like to use up any leftovers that I can. I try not to have any leftovers anymore, but I still have a box from before that I'm trying to use up. I have this hot pink fuchsia fabric mesh. These are cut at 24 inches. It's 10-inch mesh. This is just a basic black. It has some foil in it, but it's more like a regular value mesh than it is the foil. I'm not quite sure where this one came from, but that's a black. That's also cut at 24 inches. And I only had a couple pieces of this lime green. I thought I would pop it in the top for color. And those are also cut at 24 inches. So we're going to alternate putting these in. The two at the green, we'll stick those up on top once we get everything in there. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are new to my page, my name is Dawn. This is Decor by Dawn. I have been doing this. I've had my business for 5 years now, but I've been crafting all of my life. I have not been live as much as I used to. During the first of the year, I took some time off. We kind of redid my room here, and I just kind of never got back to doing lives on a regular basis. But now I'm hoping to get back to doing this. I've taken enough time off. We had some things going on that needed to be taken care of. And we're all caught up now. So I thank you all for joining me. But if this is your first time, please hit that like and follow button for me. And like I said, I also have a group that you can join. It's called Decor by Dawn's Crafters Community. All of my information is listed in the description. If anyone is interested, you'll find everything you need to know about me up there in that description. I've fit it all in as much as I can. So I'm just doing a regular ruffle on these. Ruffling them up. Again, they're cut at 24 inches. This is a 24-inch pine base. And I'm going around the outside right now. And I'm just finding two ties close together on the outside where I can use them to put my mesh in. Well, somebody's driving by with their music loud. And then I'm opening those up. I want them to look like little flower petals sitting in there. So let me show you all that. First time watching, well, I thank you so much. Please be sure to hit that follow and like button for me. I'd appreciate it. I have an Etsy store. Again, all of that is linked up in the description. And I also sell some supplies, mostly ribbon and signs. If anyone's interested, you can take a look in my shop there. And I also am the one who sells the weaving needles, or yarn needles, whatever you want to call them, those plastic needles that we use. I'm the one who sells those in my shop. So you'll find those at wreathdecorbydawn.com. They are very popular with wreath makers. They help you get those signs and attachments on with ease and really quick and easy. And I also have a video that shows how to use them if you've never used them before. I've had several people ask me what they're for and how to use them. So I created a little video for that, just to make it easier. Sorry, these things are sticking together today, so hopefully we won't take too long getting these all on. I'm going to move on here. Hello everybody. Thank you, first time watchers. I'm so happy to have you all here. Again, if you just joined, my name is Dawn. I own Wreath Decor by Dawn. I've been around for a little while. So we're always happy to have new followers, new watchers. Oh, I shouldn't have rolled these all up, but I didn't want them all laying all over, flying everywhere when I go to grab one. Whoops, made your comment disappear. I love that. I know, isn't that pretty? And this is just going to all be filled in. We're going to use all this mesh as a base to put all of our goodies in. I did go through, like I said, and straighten all this up and then bent my frame into an oval shape. I think it gives you a little bit more real estate to work with. You just got to be careful when doing that, is you don't want to break your frame, so you got to do it gently. It takes a little time. If you've never done it before, give it a try. All right, there we go. All right. Sign. I knew I had it somewhere. So there's my sign. If you just joined, here's my little watermelon slice. Got a little hungry, so we took a bite out of that. All right, it's a tin sign, so we're going to use some 26 gauge floral wire. And we're going to use our little tool here, which is just a little metal hole punch. You can find them in the jewelry section of the craft store. You can find them on my Amazon store. The link is above. You will find them on Amazon. Anywhere you look, you'll find them, if you don't have one already. We're going to use 2 for now, maybe 3. We'll try 3. What happened? Nothing. I was just going off on my little tangent about being kind. Nothing happened. I was just, you know, on my soapbox. You know me. All right. We're going right here. So I want to put one there, and I think I'm going to put one down here. So again, this is just a little metal hole punch. We're going to take it and go right in here where nobody's going to see it after I tighten it up. I don't know why it keeps coming loose. These come with replacement punches as well too, so that makes it nice. All right, we're going to go right in there. Now this does have a little hanger so that you could hang it on a wall on the back. If you wanted to put a wire in there, you could. But I don't need one on that side. I'm going to put it on this side to keep it from flopping. It's up to you where you want to put them. Oh, I just hit myself in the face with that wire. Thank you. We're going to move it along here in just a second and get going a little quicker too. I don't know why I picked the middle of the day to go live. All right, sweetie, thank you. She's at work. She's got to take her potty breaks to come and say hi. All right, so I'm going to grab my handy dandy weaving needle here. I'm going to grab both these wires and I'm going to put them through here. If you've never used these wires before and you struggle with attachments, signs, bows, anything, you want to get a set of these needles. If you need a place to find them, I sell them in my shop at Wreath Decor by Dawn, and just like that, it's on. You get a pack of 5 in both two sizes. Well, there's 2 sizes to choose from. You get the long ones or the short ones. These are great for all wreaths. Mesh, pine, grapevines. Have you ever gotten those grapevines where they're wound really tight and you can't get stuff through them? They're great for that. So you'll find those in my shop. If interested, like I said, you can get them anywhere, but I do sell them in my shop for convenience. I have for years. And I'm just going through my rings of my frame so that when I tie this off, hey Lavon, how are you, sweetie? Make sure I've got that where I want it, and then I'm going to take those wires and I'm going to twist them around my frame. And I will go back later and I will tie them all nice and snug and tight. This has 2 rings on it, so I want to go around those rings and make sure that my sign is tied to that. Don't tie it to your pine. Your pine might, break off. I've had that happen. I picked up a wreath the other day and the pine that I was lifting it with just broke right off. You don't want to tie it to your mesh because your mesh could come off or rip. So you always want to tie to your frame when possible. Come back to that. So I just put 1 on each side and then just give it a couple twists. That one's going to confuse me later because I went the opposite direction, but that's all right. It's not a big deal. And then I just wind them down there. So there we go. We've got our sign on there. Now we're going to make a bow. So I'm going to set this to the side. If I can find somewhere to set it. And we got all of our ribbons here. Alright, so let's get all these goodies out. You can get these tubs. This one came from Walmart. They have them in the summertime. So you look in their little section where they sell all the stuff for like barbecues and stuff like that. It's called a party tub. I got a couple of those and I use that. They're perfect for putting all this stuff in. Alright, so we've got some black and white stripe. We've got this green and hot pink stripe. We've got this one here with the green, white, and the pink and the dots. We've got our hot pink fuchsia 1.5 solid, our lime green solid, and then we have our watermelon. So I'm only using the 1 watermelon ribbon, but that'll be at the top of our bow as our focal. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for blessing my live. I do appreciate that more than you know, especially since I haven't been doing lives for a while. I need to get back, to doing it. I keep getting messages from people asking me when I'm going live. That's when you know it's time to go live. When people are messaging me and saying, hey, when are you going to do another live? So it's time. Somebody just asked me the other day and I told them I'll do it. I'm going to make it a priority. I'm going to do it. When you take that much time off, unfortunately, you kind of get used to it. And that's a bad thing, I guess. Alright, so this, the Easy Bow Travel, it's called the Stow and Go, comes with the separate spool holder, which is nice. Oh, don't tell me there's a splice in my ribbon. There sure is. Right there. Look at that. Alright, well, we'll cut it and we'll use that for something else. Don't you love it? Okay, I don't know what happened there. We had a splice and a break, I guess. Let me move these out of the way so y'all can see what I'm doing. I will zoom in. Alright, I am going to make my tail long because we're going to use it and drape it, as Susan calls it. Some people call it a waterfall, some people call it draping, Call it whatever you want. Hello. I know, it drives me nuts too. We spend that much money and they can't even do it. Make it look nice. Now I've seen some where you could barely even tell it was done, but others, they don't care. All right, we're doing 6-inch loops. I'm going to twist my ribbon so that my back side is now up. Go in here, we're going to measure it out to 6. This one's only 7 inches, this board, whereas on the other one I think they go to 8, on the Easy Bow Deluxe. We're only going to do 1 loop on each side, and then we're going to cut it and dovetail it. All right, we're going to set that one to the side. We're going to use our hot pink. Yeah, we're going to use, I'm trying to think what I was going to do with my watermelon's going to have the long tail. So this one doesn't have to be as long. So we're just going to make this one the 6-inch, 7-inch. And then we're going to do 5.5 inches with that loop. And the same thing, 1 loop on each side. We're going to cut that. Dovetail. Not going to put those away just yet. I think I want to do my stripe. Don't you love that? The cabana stripe. This one we're going to do the same. Bunch it up. This one's a 2.5, so I'm alternating 2.5 and 1.5. And this one is 5-inch loop. Oh, did that one wrong, didn't I? 5.5. This one's supposed to be a little longer. There we go. Fix that. This is supposed to be 5. And we'll go that way, whatever. It's fine. Doesn't matter which direction it goes. I make it look so easy. Oh. You have no idea how long it took for me to make bows on lives. And I still don't like doing them on lives because I feel like it take forever to do them. And I probably do, but I don't care anymore. I just do them. But yeah, people would always, when I would do my regular lives, I would always pre-make my bow, and people wanted to see me make them, so I had to give in and start doing them. So I just warned everyone ahead of time that it may take a while, so just, you asked for it. All right, there we go. Now we're going to go in, I think, with our lime green. Let me see here if I want to do this. And y'all, if you don't like it, you know what? You take it apart and redo it. It's that easy. Nothing's forever, so. You struggle so much with bows, trying to figure out the best technique. You know what? I don't know techniques with bows. Let me open this up a little bit. I don't know techniques. I could not tell you what this is called, what anything else is called. Do what you like. Don't worry about technique. Just do what you like. That's the best thing you can do. That's my advice to you. Just get your bow maker out and just start putting your ribbons in how you like them and go from there. Don't worry about techniques. or names of bows or anything like that. Just do what you do. Because I have no clue. I've been doing this 5 years and I still couldn't tell you a Lisa bow from a any other bow. I really couldn't. There's so many different names. I don't know that I could even keep them straight to begin with. So I just do what I like. There's no rules. There's nobody standing around saying, oh, you did that wrong, redo it. Do whatever you want. And if anyone tells you there's rules, come talk to me. Because there's not. There are no rules. Alright. Let's do this one next. And then we're going to put our watermelon in there. Yeah. Yeah. You see them debating. That's right, it's yours. It's your creation. I mean, how can it be wrong if it's something you're creating? Not all of us. We can all sit here with the same exact supplies, and I guarantee you every one of ours is going to be different. I go to Hardworking Moms Retreat, and you know, you've got probably 20 or so people there, and they all have the same exact supplies, but yet everybody's wreath is different. That's the idea. It should be. You shouldn't do it exactly like someone else. It's not your design then, it's theirs. Make it yours. But there's no rules. And if you do something like someone else does, just give them credit for it. We're all our own worst critic. Trust me. I believe me. I know all too well I'm my own worst critic. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Deborah, and welcome. All right, now we're going to use our watermelon. This one I'm going to make long as well. Oh yes, we all are. We're all our own worst critics. Nobody will ever be as hard on you as you will. All right, we're just doing our little 1.5 watermelon. This has got the pink check background with the watermelon slices. And we're going to do this one as our final ribbon. And this one I made extra long at the end like I did the black, because those two I'm going to pinch together and we're going to drape all of that. All right, now we got that done. I need to get moving here and quit yapping so much. All right, I'm going to take a zip tie. I like using zip ties because I have issues with my hands. I had carpal tunnel surgery, but I still don't have the strength in my hands. So we're going to use this because that's how I get the best grip on my bows. If you're on your way home, CC, be safe, hon. I wish I could have seen you. I'll see you soon, though. Give Debbie a big hug for me. All right, we're going to take that out. I'm going to grab one side, and I'm going to just grab it as hard as I can and hold it real tight. Pull that up, and right between where you put all those ribbons, there's going to be a divot. So if you've never used an Easy Bow Maker, that little divot right there is where your ribbons were sitting in those pegs, and you want that zip tie or wire or whatever you're going to use to go in that little divot right there so that you can get a good grip on all your ribbons. Make sure they're all going to be right there and not move. I want to make sure nothing is twisted, and by holding that really tight, that keeps any ribbons from moving just yet. And then I already have my pipe cleaner here, which I probably did this too tight already, but we'll see. Maybe not. If for some reason you pull your zip tie too tight and you can't get your wire or your pipe cleaner in there, I'll tell you what you need to do. Let me see if I can get mine in first. That little wire on the end of it likes to grab. There it goes. But if you can't get it through, grab your weaving needle, put it on there, and then slide this. This will slide right up underneath your zip tie. So I went a little too tight. I should have waited, but I got a little ahead of myself there. So now that's nice and tight. It's not going anywhere. Fluff out your bow. Get all your ribbons where you want them before you tighten up that zip tie. Once you tighten that zip tie, it's going to be harder to move them. So get all those ribbons going where you want them. You're the boss. Make them go where you want them to go. Fluff them up. And if they are one's too long or one's too short, now's the time when you're going to be able to adjust that, like I just did, before you tighten that zip tie. Because once you tighten it, it's harder to do. So all these little short tails are fine, because these two right here we're going to use, and we're going to drape these around our bow, or around our wreath. Not our bow. This is the bow. Oh, I forgot to dovetail that one. So see, I don't know, there's no name for this bow, I'm sure. But you know what? It's what I like to do, and that's how I make them. Sometimes I make all my tails long. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I make them shorter. Sometimes I just do like this, the two of them. Whatever you want to do. There's no rule. Make that bow your bow. Hello, welcome Kathy. Thank you for joining me. Alright, so here's our wreath for anyone that just joined. I'm going to take my bow up here. Right here. Again, I'm going to grab my weaving needle. I'm going to put both those pipe cleaners through there. Let me cut off my zip tie real quick. I forgot. Tighten that zip tie up once you fluff everything out. I have a little zip tie tool. You can get that on my Amazon shop or from anywhere on Amazon. We're going right down into there. Pull that straight down. And again, you're gonna, I went through the mesh, so it's pulling that mesh. So we're gonna tighten that up there. We're gonna wrap that around the frame. And I'm just gonna loosely wrap it for now. And then afterwards, I go back and tighten everything up. And get it all ready for pictures and stuff. First time watching you. Well, thank you. I hope everyone who's just joining will give us a like and a follow. I appreciate you all coming and hanging out with me. And if you want to join my email list to see when I go live, you can do that also up in the description. Let me get that out of the way so I don't knock it off the table. We're done with all of these, so we're going to put these on. We might add more ribbon in later if we have time. But for now, we're just going to set these all over here and get them out of the way. But if we need some ribbons, I don't go around every time and put ribbons in as much anymore as I used to. So we're going to take this. We've got the black and white and the watermelon. We're going to put those together. We're going to get us a nice little drape going here, or a little what do you call it? Poof, I guess. And I'm going to go right down in my ties. Just take 2 pieces of your tie or twine or twigs or whatever you want to call these pine things. So there's that. And then my other ribbons are going to go right around it. And again, if you don't like the bow when you're done, take it apart and redo it. It's not a big deal. And we're going to take another one, get us a nice little swoop there. Find 2 more ties. Any ties will do. I can find 2 next to each other. I've already used them all. We're going to go right here. Give it a nice twist to keep that in there. And if you wanted to, you'd go back and cut those. All right, and I think we're just going to let these 2 hang. I'm going to give them a dovetail though. And then, like I said, if we want to, we can go around and add in more ribbon, but I'm going to wait and see how much time we have first. more of the, I'll probably use some of the watermelon and maybe, I don't know, the black and white maybe. I really like the black and white. Hope that one needs to go that direction. All right, so there's our little drape. See that? There's our bow. Now, let's go ahead and start putting in some of our goodies. All right, so I've got all kinds of things. I'm probably like everybody else. I don't know. I grab as much stuff as I can find that I like, and then we whittle it down from there. But one of the things I really liked was these little pink sunflowers from Michael's. If you've ever seen their little sunflowers, they've got them in white, yellow, and then they have this pink. I had not seen the pink before, so I grabbed those up. I thought it would be perfect. So we're going to use some of that. But first we're going to put our greenery in. I like to put the greenery in that in first. Some more sunflowers there. Where's my other greenery? I know there's another greenery in here. Here it goes. I'm running out of room here. Whenever you have as much, think if you have enough room, you never have enough. All right, and then I have these little, to me it looks like a little eucalyptus or a boxwood with little pink flowers on it too. And then I also have my watermelons. I have my watermelon slices, and I have a little half watermelon that we're going to add in. I don't know if we're going to use this one. This one's, I don't know about that yet, but we'll see. So I have a whole bunch of stuff. Hey CT, how are you, hon? Pink sunflowers are a perfect match, yes. Yeah, you know what, Lynn? I don't have any of the 60919. I don't get lucky enough to get that. Everyone else got it before me. This one did come from Jam Designs, and I've got a number here if anyone wants any of them. But then these right here came from Michael's. This came from Michael's. So, but yeah, I know everybody goes crazy for that 60919, but, and Susan just bought a whole, you know what, load of it. And she has it stored in her refrigerator downstairs. She has a refrigerator, an extra refrigerator downstairs in her basement. And she had nowhere else to store them, so she stuck them in there because the refrigerator was empty. Her husband went to get something out the other day, and he's like, it's full of flowers. Or went to put something in, sorry. He said, it's full of flowers. What the heck's going on? So she told him that they were flowers, and her daughter's like, they're not even real. Why do you have them in the refrigerator? She ran out of places to put them. It's like, well, it's time to redo our craft room then, huh? She did. She filled that fridge up. She posted a picture of it. If you haven't seen it, it's on AC Inspired Wreaths. She'll be up tomorrow at 4 o'clock Eastern. Go in there and look. You'll see her refrigerator filled with flowers. All right, there we go. Those are all done. We're just going to put these in real quick. Then we'll put our flowers in. And if we have time, we'll put in some more ribbons. We still got about 30 minutes, so we're going to do that. So I've got my glue pot going over here. I've got a 7-inch glue pot. I'll open this up a little more so y'all can see. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these down to about where I think. I like to keep my stems. And we're going to alternate the flowers with the greenery. This greenery has little tiny pips of pink on them. So we're going to alternate with those. So we're starting with this one. I just put glue in my pot, so it's going to be kind of like sticky. It's like honey color, or honey consistency, not color. We're going to put that in. So you don't want your stems to be too long. I will cut these down though, because I don't want them longer than my flowers and my greenery. So you can cut these down as you go, and I'll go around after and do all that, but as I'm putting stuff in, I can cut them too. Why keep going over that way? So we're just going to go around and put these all in. Oh, come on now. And I want to get a nice contact. That this pine is really good for putting things in like that, and for that glue to stick to. So using a pine wreath is always, oh, I just got pine needles all over everything. Does the glue pot get hotter than a potpourri pot? I honestly can't tell you that because I don't know about a potpourri pot, but I'll tell you what, a glue pot is a lot safer to use than a glue gun. A glue gun, you can get really bad burns. With a glue pot, it gets hot enough to melt the glue and hold it, but once you get it on your fingers, it's not going to leave that burn like a glue gun will. And that's why I prefer using that more than the glue gun. I hardly even plug my glue gun in anymore. Unless it's something I got to do real quick. I just don't use it a whole lot anymore, knock on wood. I've never been burnt really bad by a glue gun, but I have seen some terrible, terrible burns from a glue gun. And I'm sure some of y'all have had some of those burns. All right, so we're going to go right in here. I'm looking for where the pine is. And I'm doing these all around the outside. We'll mix some up in the inside. Let's see. I'm going to go right here. They don't have to be real close together. There we go. See, I just got some on my nail. Just peel it off and put it back in there. See, that one's long. I need to stop doing that and just go back and do it later. So I keep doing it. I keep wanting to go and put it in the trash can. But yeah, everything sticks to pine really nicely. That's why I like using these pine ones. I do mesh, I do grapevine, I do all of them. But I really do like working more with the pine. And I'll use that a lot more through the winter. I like doing the Christmas and fall on the pine. Alright, let's see. We did that. We're going to do this one. Am I missing any? I did it anyway. I threw that one away. Hi, Joy. Thank you. Oh, thank you, sweetie. This year, all of my stars go to helping autism. I have a grandson who has autism, so we donate to autism funds locally and what do you want to call it? Locally and nationally, I guess you would say. We have a nice little autism school here in town, and they contact me from time to time to do things for them. So that's where last year it went to for breast cancer. My sister is a breast cancer survivor, as well as my best friend Susan. So last year my stars went to helping with breast cancer awareness. So I don't keep that for myself. That's ways that you all can support designers and crafters, or anyone that has the stars, really. And I know a lot of people do donate them. We're going to go in here on the top. Put that one there. Now we still have all of our sunflowers, so those will be going in as well. Alright, so with these, I'm going to, another squirrel moment here, I'm going to push up my leaves. Usually I don't use my leaves, but I think on this I'm going to, because they're not bad, they're not terrible, they're not perfect, but they're not terrible. So I am pushing those up so that I can use those, so we don't have to cut as much of the stem. So there's like 5 on each stem. These were only $1, you guys. They're like those tulips. If you ever bought the Michael's tulips, they're like those. And you'll find them in usually around the same place. They're on those end caps. So anywhere I have an open spot now, I'm going to put these flowers in. Trying to stick to my... I love these little pink... Oh, man, I'm going to have to see if they have any more. I love them. They're just so cute. And also where you put those swoops or drapes, make sure to put your flowers in there too, and that'll take up that space as well. All right, we got one there. I need one up here. Glue strings, you know how to get rid of your glue strings, right? Get you a heat gun or a hot hair dryer. I'm only gonna cut 3. And use that to zap your strings. Oh, that's so sweet, Kathy. Thank you. We appreciate that. This day and age, we can all use it, right? All right, I'm going to put one underneath this little drape here because when you look underneath that little tail, excuse me, it kind of looks naked down here, and we don't want any naked parts on our wreath. There we go. That works. All right, look at those sunflowers, you guys. Oh, I see a spot for one. I see 2 spots. I'm going to hold this up for you here in just a second. So again, please give a like and a follow, Wreath Decor by Dawn. You can check out my shop at wreathdecorbydawn.com. Again, I have supplies in there if anyone's looking for anything. I do have some of those bow makers available for sale as well if anyone's looking for one. I only have, I think, 7 or 8 left. And I have ribbon and signs and the weaving needles, of course. I don't need that one as long. All right, I'm going to put one there, and I'm going to put another one over here. And then I'm going to hold this up. And then I got to figure out where I'm going to put. I think I want one more right here. This one. I know there's already one right down below it, but I'm going to put one right here. There. Get that in there. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? It'll look a lot better, trust me, when I take a picture of it and put it on the door. You can't really see a whole heck of a lot here. But yeah, you could take some of those sunflowers, put one in the center here. I don't know. Do I really even need the watermelon picks? Let's try some of these instead. Can always save that for something else. I really like these. I thought these went well with it too, with those pink sunflowers. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So we're going to take and cut off these. Now these came from Michael's as well. I really liked them. Like I said, they went real well with the sunflowers. I don't know what these are called, so if anyone knows the names of them, sometimes they'll have the name on them. This is it just says Heather. So I don't know. Get the scissors here so I can cut this off. I'm going to cut the top part off. Let's see if I need to break it down. Yeah, that needs to be broken down. I think we're going to use them individually. Instead of as a bush or a bunch. So we're just going to put these in random. Cut them off and now I can't find them. So just dab a little glue in there. Now I probably won't get all these on, but we'll get as many as we can in here. There we go. Before we have to end this. But before we do go, again, I just want to say thank you to everyone for watching today. Thank you for sharing. I guess I could just pull them off instead of cutting them, huh? That one feels like it's got 2 on it. So we're going to go down here. I want these all poking out. Is anyone else sad about moving on to fall? I'm just having a hard time moving on to fall right now. I feel like I just put everything away. Now I got to get it all back out. Summer just started and we're already moving on. Seems like we just got going, but got to stay ahead of the game. Alright, so I'm just randomly poking these in wherever I see a empty spot. I don't even know if I need those watermelon picks, you guys. See how things change? So I'm just going to fill it in with all of these. I love these little picks. Little fillers. Alright, it looks like I got most of the top done. I'm going to put these in the bottom. Alright, I need a couple up here and then I think we're going to be done. So again, I want to thank you all so much for joining me. I do appreciate y'all being here, and all of our first time watchers, I hope you'll come back. Join my email list. You can get notified. I send out an email. I don't spam people. I only send out emails when I go live or if something really exciting is happening, like a sale or something like that. But I don't spam you, so don't be afraid to join the email list. And you get exclusive offers if you join my email list that people don't get unless they're on that list. So you might want to join that. And again, all that information is up in the description. Please. All right, so let's hold this up and see what we think. I'm gonna open that back up. I've still got extra fillers here. I like to hang it up after I'm done and go back and look and see if I have any holes or if there's anything I need to fill in. I'll do that. And then I'll adjust my bow, and then I'll put some stuff in my bow as well so that I'll decorate that up. Like I said, I might put a sunflower in the center, and then I'll put some greenery around the underneath the loops in that. So again, thank you so much. All right, guys, thank you all so much for joining me. Again, my name is Dawn. This is Wreath Decor by Dawn. Have a wonderful weekend. Be kind to one another, and I will see you again real soon, okay? Bye.